Paperclip.
I was skipping.
I'm glad a lot of you came from church to be here, so I don't want to keep you guys late before we get started. Because my nephew Taylor, he's going to come and he's going to explain. He's going to do a little talk. I know you guys just don't like to hear people talk. You like a little action with it. So the action part, we're going to sing, learn how to sing it. At least maybe 2 songs anyway. Church songs from our people, okay? So Jamie and back and we printed off some words of the songs. You can staple them to maybe few of you that can read and few of you that ain't too ashamed to sing, you could follow along and sing. So, have anybody here, I think maybe, I don't know, some of you have heard Pawnee church songs? Two. I know some of you have heard songs, right? The church songs, the hymnal books. Everybody has seen them, right? Everybody has sung out of that song book, right? Somewhere. Jesus loves me or something, right? Okay. Well, we're going to sing a couple songs, but they're not going to be in English. Okay. They're going to be in the Pawnee language. Okay. In our language, so we're going to try a couple songs. There's 2 that are pretty easy. So that's what I try to get you guys to hear, listen to. And somewhere down the line, you're going to want to sing it. Somewhere down the line, you can ask your folks or your grandpa or your grandma or something. Hey, we sang these church songs. This is the way it kind of went. You know it. Hopefully someone's going to help you. You're going to learn it. And then sometimes you're just going to want to sing. Maybe you're going to be in a car or riding your bike or whatever. You're going to want to sing so you can be ready to go. So we're trying to teach you those 2 songs here. I don't know how many of y'all can read or what. You guys can say this first word easy. Read that word? That's either in English or Indian or whatever. That's always the same word almost. Jesus, okay? Here's another color. Green's kind of hard to see. Jesus. We, or we're going to say where. Weta tira. It'll be a little handle, yeah. Weta tira. Jesus, weta tira. That means he's coming back. So that's what we're going to sing this song. Okay? Kind of going to just say that little phrase over and over for the most part. Then it's going to put it somewhere in that song. It's going to say, "Weta tira. Weta tira." That part means something really good. Something really good. It'll be really good when this happens, when Jesus comes back. That's what the song says, okay? So these songs, they don't have a piano or nothing like that to go along with it. But we're going to try to get that started. That's why those papers that they're fixing up back there, they got musical notes to them. Come on in, everybody. Find your own chair, and then there's some chairs way in the back there if we need some more chairs to sit on. So, I don't know what if you get a paper, you got to sing. You can't just look at it. Okay. If you get a paper, you got to try to sing. Okay. I don't know what number that one is, Jamie. Jesus went up the one of our easiest songs. Maybe there's a number to it. And if you don't want them to take them home, just leave them here, because we're going to have some other adults come in pretty soon, and they're going to want to learn how to talk. All right, we're going to try number 18. Number 18 in there, all right? Let's try number 18. It may not be spelled like this, but this is the way I spelled it real quick. So kind of see what we're going to be doing. All right. I know what. Yeah, there's some chairs in the back then, yeah? Okay. I told them I'd get these guys started because they're in church and get back. I'm teaching his first song here, then I'm going to turn the thing over here to Mr. Moore. Like I said, he's going to want to talk. We're going to have to listen to what he has to say. So, we're going to try number 18. Everybody find number 18 that has a paper? Yes or no? All right, one person found it. That's good. One person. Being that one person, you got to sing. But nobody else wants to sing. Nobody else wants to turn to page 18. Nobody else wants to sing, right? All right, who's found number 18? There we go. There we go. All right. So everybody knows how to read, right? The ones that have paper, they know how to read. Some of these kids, like this little girl right here, Miss Spears, she don't even need the paper. She already knows the song. I've heard her sing before. She don't even need that paper. She could sing it already by herself. I'm not going to tell her to do it, but she already knows how. Okay, so everybody's on page 18. Any more than papers? Linda might want one. Okay. Then they were starting a little early because these kids got kind of on a time limit and on a bus and all that, so kind of started a little bit early. But I'll try to teach them 2 songs. So, number 18 we're going to go with. All right, are you ready?
Yes.
I'll sing it, and you just come in with me. Sing it, then we're going to sing it again. So like 2 times through, okay? All right. Jesus went a deed ahead, is to went a deed ahead. Jesus went a deed ahead, is to went a deed ahead. Jesus to the head, when the dinner to the head, Jesus to the head, in the dinner to the head. One more time, Jesus when the dinner head. Jesus went the deed ahead, is to went the deed ahead. Jesus went to the head, went the deed to the head. Jesus went to the head. That, in my opinion, that's the easiest song we have of our church hymn. That's the easiest one. This guy right here, he knows it. He knows that there, brother. He knows that song, see. But I sang it to him when he was a little kid, like that one, or smaller. So he already knew that song like that age. I sang it to him. So he already knows that song. He grew up with it. It's inside him. It can't escape. It's been in him. He knows that song. And I sang it to her when she was little like that. So she knows that song. She don't need a paper. She already knows that song. See? So you learn that, you hear it, and maybe a month later, maybe 6 months later, whatever, you might hear that song again. I heard that song somewhere. I heard that song. I don't know where it came from, but I heard that song. Yeah, one day you're going to find it if you go to church, you can find it in a church hymnal. I don't know the name of the song, but that tune's going to come. It's going to be, hey, I know that tune. They played on again. I know that tune. I know the Pawnee Wave. I don't know this song. It's a different song. You're going to find it in there. So, everybody, did everybody try that has a paper? Everybody make an attempt? Dana, did you sing?
Yes.
All right. I know this girl did. I know those fellas did. Everybody? Well, they're interested. Y'all are interested in it, right? Good. But I know you guys can sing. It'll make you feel good. So, the other one is, you all probably heard this song before in English, Amazing Grace. Everybody knows, anybody heard that song before? It's called Amazing Grace. One person, 2 people, 3 people, all right. You guys have never heard Amazing Grace. I'm going to feel bad for you if you never heard that song. It's probably the most well-known, or one of the most well-known songs all over the world. It's sung in all kinds of languages. Amazing Grace. King, something you might come want to learn. Amazing Grace. More popular than God Bless America or Star Spangled Banner. More valuable than that. Amazing Grace. Nobody, but you kids that didn't raise your hand and mention, you must not have known that song, never heard of it. What number is it in that paper?
18.
No, Amazing Grace. You have to learn the tune.
17.
17. Spell it out. Say the ending again.
Show it, Tucky.
Oh, it Tucky.
17.
17. How do you say it in Spanish? You guys already know that. Everybody can say it in Spanish. Say it in Indian. 17. All right, so we're going to try that. So everybody's got found 17. Everybody find 17?
Yeah.
Everybody has a songbook. Number 17. Amazing Grace. All right, here we go. Okay, who's too shy or too ashamed or too good to sing that song? Because you're making an attempt. Anybody? Good, so everybody's going to try. Everybody's going to make an attempt. There's no way to be too keen or too proud. That doesn't go along with Indian ways. It doesn't go along with Pawnee ways. See, to be somebody like that. Too keen. I'm too good to try this. See, that doesn't go along with it. So I'll let you know that. So the 2 songs there. Who seemed to like the first song better or the second song? Who seemed to like the first song more than the second one? Nobody. Okay, who liked the second one better? Okay, nobody else, everybody else didn't like either one, I guess. You didn't like either one of the songs. Yeah, who liked the first one? Who thinks they could sing the first one? Not have to be a solo. I think you could sing it. All right. So, welcome your brother here, and nephew, and everybody that's here, probably who's here now. So I want to run through the two songs, because I thought the easiest ones with these kids, because they're here from church, and they're on a bus, and they're not going to be here a long time. So I got to give them the two easiest songs to learn, so they did. So I gave it to them, hoping that they're going to want to hum it somewhere on the line, on the way home, on the bus, tomorrow, or on the way to the ball game on Friday, or whatever they're going to think of. This tune here, I recognize those tunes. I don't know the words, but I got a paper that says all the words in it. It says what it means here. What it's the mean that our tribe did that for me. So we're gonna pick up some more here. But right now I want to turn things over here for a little bit to my nephew here, Taylor. He's gonna give a little talk as much as he wants to on these songs and that paper that you all have. Okay?
My name's Taylor Moore. So the little kids, I'm the language teacher for here, for the Pawnee Nation. You guys say Noah? Noah. The little kids, Noah. Noah. One more time, Noah. Okay, I'm seeing a couple of kids not saying it. There we go. So this is what we created was a hymnal. Those who haven't been to this class before. This whole research, everything on it, I did this for my thesis. I got a master's degree from OU. I see a bunch of OSU stuff, but from OU. Go ahead and clap if you want. Okay, a couple. What I did was we went through all these hymns. That's what we did. Uncle here, the story kind of behind it was Christmas gift. He wanted to make a Christmas gift for the family, so I went over there and recorded him. As we were talking about it, he was telling me stories about all these songs, who made them, kind of when it was appropriate to sing them. Growing up, I'd probably do those same two that we just sang, maybe 4 altogether, but right now on our, what we gave you guys, we have 20. I think we have about 23 right now, but only 20 written so far. Some of them you'll see question marks because we're still kind of researching it. We don't have a full-time language program. If we ever get that, that'll give us a little bit more time to start researching these things and finding these answers. So that's kind of all I wanted to say about it. And I'll put it up here so everybody can see, and we'll go through the songs. You have any questions? Kaki questions? At all? Okay. So this first one.
Let's start with number 11. It's kind of a little slower start.
Okay.
We'll be able to put it back over. Okay.
Well, this is all just going back to you.
All right. Just that part. They will go
So number 11.
Number 11. We'll start
Number 11.
It's a little more slower song. We kind of build up after that. So there it is for our adults. Like I said, the kids, I try to teach them the two easiest ones, hopefully that they learn those two. Now, if you want to try to tackle these, you can. Just be here and hopefully listen to our folks, our adults sing. How's an adult sound? Maybe children have time to learn, sing. You did, you made an effort. You all raised your hand, you all said you like your song. Now the adults. So, number 11.
Say anything about it?
No, this song here, well, I learned it from my late brother, Francis Left Hand. He told me that his grandpa, our grandpa, Sam Young, he made this song. So I learned that from him. There's, I think, 2 or 3 more from Grandpa Sam. But for adults here, gotta go back for me with my beginning of these songs was I'd always heard these songs when I was these kids' age. I'd hear these songs time to time. And most of the time when I heard them, it was on a sad occasion. A sad occasion. Usually at a funeral, or a wake service, or something like that. When I finally got to be an adult and came back here and got married and I go to church and I said, I hear these songs again. I want to learn these songs because I know there's a time we can sing them when it's not going to be sad. So I want to learn these songs. So at that time at our home church here, Grandpa Alvin, leading Fox, and Uncle Philip Gover, they were the ones that were usually the ones that were leading the song. So I caught him after church one day and said, hey, I want to learn these songs, Grandpa and Uncle. So, yeah, come on over. They were retired, so we always eat at the Elders, which is now the Alva Leading Fox building. So come on over there after lunch, about 1:30. Be a good time. I think Monday or Tuesday, I went on over there. Went over there, and they were cool, they were happy, they were ready to sing. So I took them in the little room, had my recorder, and turned it on. They kind of took off. And so that's where I got almost all these songs from them. And they had said that most of these songs, our songs, were made by a lady in our tribe. Her name was Mary Peters. Mary Peters. Mary, I think she was actually White Eagle's daughter. Mary White Eagle and Mary Peters. And so I'm guessing right about 100 years ago when she started making these songs, right about that time. And so I think she was the first one, according to those two gentlemen. That's where we got our songs. I don't know anybody that sang it before then, but probably when we were in Nebraska, that's when the missionaries came about, you know, 20s, and then we got here, they just stayed here with us. They were already here. So somewhere in that time is when our folks, I don't want to say gave up, but they said, well, this is a way, I guess, for us to learn, to do something, to live our lives. So they found what they call now Christianity. But so yeah, maybe that's not too much of getting off track there. But so somewhere down the line, we started making songs, and like I said, that lady Mary Peters is the one that made most of these songs here that's in here. And so with that, I learned these songs. So with that, tonight, you know, I wanted to make it for us here at this time of the year, this time where we could come together and learn to our culture. But then it kind of fits in the way our folks are now. we had a funeral this morning for a little child, you know. Then my own folks are out here tonight. You know, they had a meal, and I think maybe tomorrow or the next few days they're gonna have a service. And so hopefully these songs can somehow reach those folks that are having a hard time, those that buried that little one, and those that are in mourning right now. So that was my thought here this afternoon about these songs here. I want to go on with them, sing them for them. Hopefully that somehow that it could reach them. Then hopefully our little children can hear that it'll be like a soothing time for them. Because that's what these songs can do for us. You know, really give us a good blessing. So I know it worked that way for my folks back in the 80s, I think. They're having a hard time. My dad's work, they went on strike, and they were really down. They were really having a hard time, financially, spiritually, all that. So that tape that I got from Grandpa Albert and Uncle Phil, I sent it to them. They said, thank you. It really made them feel good for the time, those few months that my dad is out of work. But I never got that tape back. I never got that tape back, but anyway, it was helpful to my folks, mom and dad, back in there. So with that's why I wanted to do it, and it just worked out like you said. You know. I told my hey, I want you to record me and then put them on a CD for my brothers and sisters and my folks here, so they could have something to just play when they're around the house, maybe cooking or cleaning up or whatever. They could hear it, and maybe help them out, soothe them, make them feel calm, make everything go good for them. Or maybe they may be going through a hard time. They could play that, hear it. Maybe not through my voice, but through the songs itself, the history of it, and make them feel good. But that was my thought with it.
However you want to do it.
All right, we can start back on one. We can see how far we can go. You know, I know these kids are going to leave about maybe 7:30 or somewhere in there. You know, so we're going to sing 2 or 3 and take a little break. Anybody wants to say something, and then we'll take 2 or 3 more. Okay. So number one.
Number one. Yeah. You got one?
We had a prayer service for Candy at our home when she was going to graduate. She was 18 to graduate. So with my children, I wanted to have that. These are before the one that was senior. So we had a prayer service, and then we had a hand game later on during the year. But we had that. So I worked the night shift. So I was awake in the morning. I was cleaning the house. I had the vacuum going, moving around, things like that. So I thought, I better run through these songs like I should have done right now. I should have run through these songs. So I'm going to sing these songs tonight. We had Brother Bruce come over that night, and it was just him, I think, and then our family. So during that time, I was cleaning up that little tune right here, number 2. It come to me. I didn't try to make a song. It just came to me. So I put it together and kind of sanded on a little bit to get a good ride. And so that's how it came about. And then I kind of wanted a little song to go with it. So I don't know how many years ago, 5 or 6 or 8, 10 years ago, number 1 followed it. That's the first one that I made right here. Jesus, where could I head? Is to where the King of heaven. Jesus, where could I head? Where the King of heaven. Jesus, where could I head? Is to where the King of heaven. Jesus, where could I head? Where the King of heaven. One more to make a little break. It's always been a popular one in church. I don't know if I sing to everybody. Come on, come on. Peter kind of got that old time, but he just tell that was an old time song. It wasn't made in the last 10 or 20 years. That old time melody to it. The song before that, Jesus walking on the water. You know, I just think about our old people, how back in our Nebraska days, something that our people could see and experience, the non-Pawnee, they would say, oh, that's something, that's a miracle, that's something really special. So I think about that when it says that they're talking about Jesus walking on the water. It must have really meant something to our people, to that lady, to hear about that, Jesus being walked on the water. We all heard about those old things that our folks did back in those Nebraska days. They could do things like that. They could turn themselves into animals like that. They could do things where people would say were magic or something like that. So it must have made an impression on her when she heard about that. Jesus walking on the water. She made a song about that. These songs, there was a lady, at least in the 70s, maybe I don't know how far back, but she had our music out there. Her name was Arlene Matthews. Arlene Matthews. She was a songwriter. I heard her sing these songs, lead out the songs. So I don't want to ever think that it's just for men. I think women can do it too, because I remember her doing that. And especially on that Amazing Grace, I remember her just singing in church, and then when it was over, well, she told that Pawnee version, and right after that, she was out listening to people. So I would say these songs could be sung started by women. If they don't went around and people want to sing a song, I would say it's okay.
Go it, Sophocles. Great.
Go it.
Go it, Sophocles.
They were who
Gotta sing that one high, because it really goes low. Low voice, you got to name This is the one everybody at our church knows. One more, take a little break. One more. Okay, number 12. Number 11. I think my little brother, C.B. Moore, he claims this song here. Well, yeah. C.B. Moore, he made this song in the 80s. We go to church over here. Methodist, my aunt. In fact, I had him go out a few times to sing with me. But usually the same song. You must have made this after that time. You never sang this. I know you made it then, you never sang it. After, later on, when we heard that you make this song. Jesus, CD, Carol Dan, questions on any of those? Any comments, any snide remarks? Okay. Jamie's gonna take these kids on back, run the church. So appreciate you kids coming out very much. It's made us feel good here. You're really respectful. I appreciate that. Some of the other tribes, boy, they sure have a lot of songs. I don't think anybody could beat those Creeks. They have so many songs and so many singers. It's just key. I know my wife's tribe, the Comanche people, I bet they have at least 100 songs. They have a bunch of songs. It's like this, some come out of the hymnal, the same tunes, you know, and then some are just made, well, they got a lot of songs. So I don't know, maybe I'm sure there's some more. There's a few that I don't know. There's a few that I'm kind of goosey on because they have longer versions. I just maybe one verse of one song, but some have more verses to it. And then we have a couple that I don't know. I think Junior might know a couple more than I do. But they're kind of like this saying, "How great thou art." One of them. I don't know that song, but I heard him sing it. I think there's another one in there, one of those church hymns that he made. But a lot of the tribes have these songs, and almost all the tribes that have these hymns, almost everyone has that Amazing Grace. Almost every tribe that has the church hymns, I've found that they have that Amazing Grace. Cherokee, actually, Sac-a-Ponca, I heard them. So most of them that have them have that song. Kiowas have a lot of songs too. Yeah, I've heard them sing too. Unfortunately, been some of their funerals, you know, that they sing on their own at what services. I think they even made a recording of them, like on Indian House or something before. The Kiowas. I don't know about other tribes, but I know they did.
They go by religion, like Baptist, Methodist.
Do they?
Yeah, but I can usually learn and sing all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go to the church, you gotta know what you're singing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the funeral songs, of course, everybody can sing funeral songs.
Mm-hmm. I heard your song. And I don't know, all these songs, it sounds even keener when there's a group of them. I'm limited on how my range and how I get the tune in there, you know, but to get everybody singing, boy, they really sing keen. Like I said, to hear those Creeks sing when there's hundreds of them at one time, boy, they just really raise the roof. Like Cherokee, same way, a bunch of them. Hopefully, this will take an interest in our people. And I've had a discussion where maybe people don't agree with me on some of these songs, you know, that's part of our culture now. People don't say, no, these churches, they're not your culture. That's not part of our culture. But when we put our language in there through these songs, to me, it pulled us in there. It pulled us in. It's part of our culture. Whether people acknowledge it or not, in my opinion, it's part of our culture now. That's why I put it in tonight. We put our language in there, in these songs. It wasn't me, you know. This is Peters, Mary Peters, Grandpa Sam, you know. So, all right.
I will say, that was another reason why I worked on the hymns for my thesis, is because people kind of associate them with like death, because you only hear them at wake services. I mean, that's where a lot of people hear them. Those people don't go to church all the time. They go to the funeral services. You hear these songs and they assume that they're sad, but once you start really looking into the language in there, it's not a sad song. This is the only one that Uncle said is kind of he sings at the funeral, and if you look at the English, you see why, because it's talking about we will see you, him or her again. We will see them again. Whoever we're laying to rest, we're going to see them again. That's what this song talks about. This gloss translation is kind of what the song means. This on the outside right here is kind of like the literal translation, but it's not exactly what's being said in here. there's a lot of linguistics, a lot of grammar that's going on there. I didn't want to put all that, so this is kind of our best interpretation of it. And then the gloss translation is what the song's about, if that makes sense. So I think that's kind of what I wanted to add to you said that.
And like you said, that when sometimes they ask me to sing at a funeral, so I already kind of know if they do that, I want to sing that one that you just said. It just fits that time. And sometimes they ask me at church, sing a song, from at church, well, I'm going to sing that song that was already through there, that go to our Father's house or something like that, that's how I sing that, And so, and then if something's going good, I try to sing that Amazing Grace, and people recognize that tune, it's not a sad time, it's a good time. So anyway, so number 13 there, there was a club within that, or club, or whatever you want to call it, within that church group, and they call it a brotherhood club, brotherhood. And so the men's club there, and so somehow this song got associated with it. This is according to Grandpa Alvin and Uncle Phil. They called that song the brotherhood song. And so on Father's Day, when they ask me to sing in church, I always try to remember to sing this song. It can be sung any time, but I always try to get that because of that idadi, your brotherhood. And that's what they said they made it for, or they adopted that song or whatever, that organization, brotherhood. So I try to sing it at that time. This is kind of the same, along the same line, there was the women's club there. They call it WMU. I think that's a women's mission union, maybe, or whatever the U was for, I don't know. So the women, they kind of took this song to that women's club there, that church. So going along with that, I always try to remember on Mother's Day, we sing. We try to sing this song, remember to sing this song, or maybe they're at a wake service or something. It's a woman. Well, I try to remember. Maybe I'll sing this song here. It kind of fits in there. So, some people think, oh, he's just singing something, whatever comes to mind. But sometimes I try to make it just right, where it's going to fit that theme. So. God save one, God save one, God save one, God save one, Jesus in the answer, God save one, God would it takes God frame. Our warriors are the ones that are going about or traveling, you know, that have that in there, you know. Let's see, that same little part of it. All right. Mary Peters, you know, this one. This one here, when you learn about it, hear about it, it kind of fits that. To me, I always try to sing it on Easter. It's got that part of it, the hung Jesus on the cross. So I always try to sing it on Easter for sure. Remember, that's why we should worship. Put them hung them on the cross, stuff like that, so they say that in big range in that song. Ups and downs, curves. It's kind of hard to read. The more you practice it, you'll learn it, and it's easier to sing. If I mess you up trying to read it. This one, I always liked this song. I was always kind of goosey on it. One of those, you know, it's kind of a tough one. It's kind of got a faster tempo to me. And CD, he sang, I think this has maybe a couple of different versions on that part. So CD sang it one way, and then Francis, my brother Francis, he sang it a little bit. He sang it the way I heard it right here. But my Uncle Francis, he sure liked that song. You know, I'd go and visit him at the church. So I like to hear that song. So I sang it a couple times when he came to church, and then at one of my aunt's wake services, he was there, so I told him to sing that song. So you hear it. Jesus aku asude nama hiru inani bukara seweksalu chiksela kawana chiru didakadina kara nama hiru inani bukara seweksalu Jesus, aku asude. That's one. It's a little more peppier though. So I said, well, that's not from Mary Peters, you know, and Francis said, that's one of your grandpa's songs, you know. So when I went down to Gary Topatchy, he passed away 10 or 15 years ago, and my Aunt Lou had to sing, so I thought I'm going to sing some of Grandpa's songs. She really liked it. I sang that, and another song that Grandpa Sam made.
I will say this, the scudder, that's our negative form, but we're used to hearing Gaki. Zach and I had read this, but we never found an example until we was talking about it, and you said, don't you, if you look at the Gosh translation, don't you want to live a good life? And that was the first time we actually seen it in a sentence. And it's in a song, but so that's what this is one of them I talked about in my thesis. There's about 6 of them that I really went into detail in my thesis, but we thought that was interesting. That's the only example we found so far. We just read about it, so never really cited
So it was explained to me, you know, whether don't you want to live a good life, whether don't you want to see God. The short version of it.
We did that one.
You did 17?
Amazing Grace.
Okay, yeah, Amazing Grace, yeah.
And then we did 18.
18. We did 18, all right. That's the first one I taught them kids. It's an easier song. Easy song, guys. We'll put out, I don't think, Bunky was little Bunky.
Oh, okay. Which one? What one?
Did you catch Amazing Grace? Bunky? Yes? No. Bunky. All right.
Sorry, 17.
We'll try 17 and 18. Finish it out. 19, 20, whatever. But this was sung to the tune of Amazing Grace. If you know Amazing Grace, you kind of know the tune. So if you don't recognize it, you can blame me for it. Jesus That's the easiest one we have, I think, so that's how it keeps the kids. This is one that's got a couple more verses to it, so I never sang it. I know there's a couple more verses to it. And then, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago at church, Dwayne said, hey, do you know this song? I said, you sang it. I said, I just know the part that you sang. I know there's some more verses to it. You have to sing it. I said, well, I'll just sing it just like you. I don't know the other verses. I have a recording. It has another verse, but I can't figure it out. So I'll just sing it. Jesus said, Jesus said, Kurawa kukusiri ahe. Jesus Kurawa kukusiri ahe. Weka pira he, weka pira he, kurasira he, kurasira he. Jesus said, Jesus said, Kurawa kukusiri ahe. Jesus Kurawa kukusiri ahe. Weta pira he, weta pira he, kurasira he, kurasira he. I don't know who made that one. I was gonna maybe say Mary Peters, that's an old time theater that he,
So these last two, that 19 and 20, those are the newest additions that we've been to, but we think we still have about,
there's about 4 or 5.
yeah, we have a few more that we haven't put up here, so.
Yeah, and this one here, it's another one in the hymnal. And a few years ago, I thought for my mom, I used to visit her out quite a bit, more than I do now, but anyway. I went out there and she said, hey, she said, do you know this one here? And all she knew was that first little part, I think. Just that first little part. I said, I know that song. So I sang it to her. She made her like it. So. Garutura he, Garutura he, Jesus is Chiksura Tuta, Garutura he, Garutura he, Jesus is Kutatina, Garutura he, Garutura. Jesus is Chiksura Tuta, Garutura he, Garutura he, Jesus is Kuratina.
I think last time you had the name of that song, I can't remember.
Yeah.
And Kim had it.
Yeah, I don't know where my helmet is.
Yeah.
Yeah, she knows that real. Heavenly sunlight.
Yeah.
Heavenly sunlight. That's the best. But you just put that part in. I don't know who. I guess maybe Mrs. Peters again. I don't know. But Mom just remember that first part. I said, yeah. I said, sing it again. I said, no, one more time. Sing it again. I said, yeah.
So I will mention, whenever, in my thesis when I did it, whenever I was at Ocho, they had a hymnal from like the 1800s, but all it was this, right? It was good that we had the words and stuff, but we didn't know how that tune went. So whenever I did this, a friend of mine at OU, she I gave her the uncle CD, and she was able to put it to music, like a not computer, a piano. So in my thesis, almost all of them except maybe 3 that she finished at the time I finished it. So you can, if say everybody that knows these hymns, something happened to them, and they were able to find it, they could play that tune on a piano, and it would follow along with how it's sung. So that's kind of the whole idea behind that. So it's in the thesis, but I don't have a thesis. Not a copy for everybody, I should say, but it's out there. That's what
I was saying this afternoon to Marty and Matt and Adrian was in here and that one old man that come around for a while, Evan Tonsel, something like that. He had a big, one of them come. And what do you call that? Anyway, there's a song we sang and he was at a wake service or something. He said, I'm gonna play this with you, whatever you're singing. I thought, because he didn't know what song I was gonna sing, you know. So I took it off and he was right on me. It really sounded keen. I don't know how he learned that, but he learned that tune. Maybe he learned a bunch of them, I don't know, but he knew that tune and it was like that. He had that, whatever that big bass, whatever it's called.
Sounded keen.
Yeah, it sounded keen. You're right on it. You're right there. Yeah, so somehow he did that, but he was a real music guy.
Yeah, he was.
So,
So we have about maybe, well, no, the last 2 now, so we have about 5 that don't have that musical notation to it, but eventually we'd like to get there, but when we have a full program, maybe we don't have time to do all that. Come here right now.
to all of us to sing, to learn, and to recognize. So when you hear them, whether me or whoever is singing them, you'll be able to say, oh, I know that. Maybe you don't have this paper with you, but eventually you're gonna go back here and review it and say, oh, yeah, I remember, yeah.
Or if you have like tapes of hymns, you know, that maybe that one's not on here,
Yeah.
let us know. We can add it to our collection. So we have about 24 right now, but 20 are here written down. So.